Hey, what's up everybody? This is Cree, founder and CEO of Intelligence Marketing, and today I want to share with you what we do when we conduct a online marketing audit. So it's not just SEO that we do, we also look at all aspects of online marketing to help you with your business. Now, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and then the bell icon down below and click on that. You'll get notifications when we have another video. Let's go ahead and dive right in. Today I wanted to share with you what we do when we look at analyzing a website, as well as also your online marketing just in general. So first of all, I want to start out by saying that online marketing is not just SEO. And I started my agency about 2.5 years ago because I wanted to help local businesses with being able to generate customers online, because it's a lot different than traditional marketing methods, which are harder to track. They are more wasteful. They cost more money typically. Typically, you have to have more capital outlay. So in other words, you have to put more money up front. And online marketing kind of changed the game because it allows local businesses, just mom and pops, to be able to compete with the big boys. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and show you what we do when we start looking at the whole picture of your business online. And it starts with a strategy audit. So we're looking at things like how you show up in search, how your website's structured, some of the technical aspects. But we're also looking at, are you advertising online? How do you show up on social media? Because it's so much more than just putting together a website now and just letting it rank in Google. It now comes down to, how do people interact with your business and brand on the entire internet, right? So it could be something like directories like Yellow Pages and Yelp, and some of those smaller, more niche directories like lawyers.com and stuff like that. That's more industry specific. It also goes onto social media and how you show up on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Pinterest. And is your brand there? And are you also engaging with people? And how does your information show up on Google search and Bing and some of the other search engines? Is it structured so that it helps people find answers to their questions and ultimately contact you about buying your products and services? Or is it just kind of a jumbled mess? So that's why we start with a strategy and online marketing audit, because it's not just about one facet of marketing like paid advertising or SEO. It's about how does everything interact in an ecosystem so that you can ultimately generate long-term business growth so that your business can continue to perform in the future. So that being said, let's go ahead and dive into it. I'll let you look over my shoulder and I'll just kind of comment on different things as we go. So it starts out, this is a potential client of ours and referred to us by a friend of the family. And so we're looking at their current website. It looks like it's got HTTPS, which is good. I'm not going to get too nitty gritty into the technical aspects, but what we first do is we run a report like this that shows us just the general performance of their website. And so it gives us kind of a high level overview of, how's the website performing in terms of, is it usable? Is it secure? Does it have traffic? Are they paying for traffic? Is there social activity? Right. So those are the kind of the core areas of the website. Of the online business, excuse me, of the business online. So this website looks like it's pretty good. It's got legible text, viewports configured correctly. Tap targets are on mobile, so whenever you're using a small device like this, is it easy to touch the different links? No plugins are found, no blocking interstitials. That's good. So interstitials are pop-ups. So this is a health check, and it looks like it's good. Google Analytics is found as well. Page speed, it's super fast on desktop, which is awesome. Mobile, it's not that slow, actually. This is a pretty good score for mobile. So there are a few things that could be optimized as well. Let's see. So looking good for all of the security. HTTPS is this little lock right here. That's good as well. The site's not blacklisted, which is good. That helps with making SEO easier for us. Sitemap robots. So it looks like this website's for the most part been structured fairly well. Some key areas of optimization would be the title tags. There's possibly room for improvement there. Another thing is that adding like the phone number helps with Google seeing the name, address, phone number. We call it the NAP, name, address, phone number. That across different platforms helps with your Google ranking as well. The description, it's a little bit long. Usually 160 characters is the max. So this could be a little bit shorter. H1 and H2 tags are not there. So that's something that each page of the website needs to have an H1 tag, at least. That has to have no more than one, and at least one H2 tag. So right now we're not showing any of those. That's a strategic, technical optimization that we could do on the website across all the pages. Backlinks are good. That's, again, those are votes of confidence on the internet that your website is good. So the tool that we use is not finding Facebook or Twitter on the website, which is another room for improvement. It looks like this website is not actually optimized for desktop. It looks like, let me see. Yeah, so it shrinks down, but kind of we're noticing the menus getting cut off a little bit. So that's a possible room for improvement as well. That would be something to talk to the owners about, restructuring how it looks, at least at the top. And packages are right here. That's good. Definitely these pictures could be higher resolution pictures. And then we have the menu down here at the bottom, which is good as well. I like that they have their name, address, phone number right down here, as well as also the hours. Actually, I don't see the phone number. So that would be something to add down here as well, is the phone number. And you want to have the name, address, phone number on every page of your website, because it helps Google with crawling those and getting that information. And then it shows up in other places on the internet, like your social media and your citations, your Yellow Pages, Yelp, Bing Local, Yahoo Local. Those places, if your name, address, and phone number are consistent, then that signals to Google that you're a real business, and then they want to show you more. So that's another tip of optimizing for search. Let's see. And so we've got, let's go ahead and pop over here to Google real quick. And we'll do a quick search. So this is a little trick that you can use. It's called site : and you just type in the site after that. And what that will do is it'll show you all the pages. And we've got 16 pages, which is good. We could probably actually have some more pages as well. And how they show up in Google search. So like, let's take, for instance, cryotherapy Waxahachie. We've got some ads. Looks like they're advertising, which is good. And Texas CryoWorks shows up as well. That's good. So they're ranking #1 for that search term. That's good. Now what happens if I change my location? So these are just some different tests that we go through in order to figure out, is there room for improvement? And if I do Waxahachie, again, it looks like they're ranking #1 for that term as well, which is good. So that's good as well. Another thing I would say is, when a searcher first lands on the website, cryotherapy and recovery for Ellis County, Texas Cryo Works and Wellness is Ellis County's premier cryotherapy and recovery center. Whether it's sports and fitness, health and wellness, or beauty and spa related, we offer all these services located on this. So again, address and phone number right there, right at the front of the website. That's good. I would say one key area for optimization would be this is called above the fold. So when someone lands above the fold on your website, it means they've just landed on your website. The first thing they see is this. Maybe they're not ready to actually book cryotherapy. Maybe they want to learn more about you. Again, if I'm landing on the website, I have no options for a navigation, and I have only one option, which is to learn more about you. I guess my option is to click or leave, right? Click, leave, or call. So what I would do in order to test and optimize this for search is I would add 2 buttons right here. I'd have one that is learn more about cryotherapy, which is kind of walking them through like a journey of what they should know. And then the other one would be book your cryotherapy. And then that way, that way they have an option, right? They have choices, and that's going to keep people on the website. That will likely reduce your bounce rate, which means that when a person lands on your website and leaves, that signals to Google, if it's within 30 seconds, that signals to Google that that's bad, right? So they don't want to show websites that have a high bounce rate. If you can lower your bounce rate, keep people engaged on your website more, then Google will recognize that and will give you more presence in the search. Now, that's not going to replace having good content that helps you rank, but engaging people on your website will mean that you'll have less traffic that you need in order to get the same number of customers. So that's a quick little pro tip is when you land on a website, you want to capture their attention. They hit them with a headline, cryotherapy and recovery. Perfect. it is for a local search. That's great. Because if I'm in, Cleveland, Ohio, then I'm not going to care, right? But if I'm in Ellis County or Waxahachie or South Dallas or, any of the little surrounding cities, then as soon as I land on the page, I know I'm on the right spot because that's what I'm looking for, right? So it's very, very specific. That's good. Another thing that I noticed is, let's see, right? So these are some questions that people are asking, and these are great search terms to put on your website as well. The way we want to structure it is, I'll show you guys my website structure for intelligence marketing. Basically, we want to have a website structure similar to this. So what this is this is an architecture of a website. Basically, it's the flow of a website, right? So we have home, about us, services, and then the services pages, each with their own keyword, and then our process, right? Or what is cryotherapy, and then resources, which are, useful resources, articles, blogs, videos talking about cryotherapy, whatever. And then a contact us page, and then whatever your offer is, right? Come in for a free cryo session, or come in for a free, cryotherapy learning session, right? Whatever that is. That's how you want to structure your website, basically. And that will help you with getting search traffic, right? For your specific terms. So let's see how it looks on mobile. So there we go. We've got our menu. Now, again, I think the reason why this website is ranking fairly well for the search term is that, again, it's structured for mobile first, which is Google's algorithm. They're mobile first now. So 70% of all traffic, 70% of all traffic is mobile traffic, and the other 30% comes from desktop. So if you go into Google Analytics and you look at your analytics, and your analytics says that most of your traffic is desktop, then your website's not structured correctly, because your website should be showing up for mobile first and then desktop. Now, it's important that you have both mobile and desktop optimized so that whenever someone lands on, I'm on a desktop, when they land on it with a desktop, that's typically your older generation, then they're going to be able to still navigate the website, which right now is an issue. So that needs to be corrected. Again, still shows up the same way. Good. CryoSkin. Again, I think this was designed for desktop first, mobile first, because it looks good on mobile. Support cryotherapy, and then it links to, let's see, what does that link to? So store, cool. So it just goes directly to the store page. I would probably actually link them to a information page first that kind of talks about it, and then have them book a session or go straight to the store. Book your spot cryotherapy session. Again, I think this goes back to the Square Up store. Yeah, so that's a Square store. And again, I would probably also look at maybe on these pages have videos showcasing how the service works, just a quick little demo, and that way people can get a feel for, do they want to try this or not? Do you have some sort of free offer? Do you have like an information session? Something that helps them get a feel for what they're going to be getting, and then that way they feel like they're walking through a process. Learn more, athletic benefits, health benefits, services. So again, I think video is going to be the way of the future for the internet. So definitely incorporating some video on your website will help for sure. Having like a quick little walkthrough video right here, that would be good. Having like maybe a walkthrough of the website. But I think this is probably the biggest area for improvement right here, is this scaling menu, because that's not scaling correctly. So that would be something to definitely look into. It appears to work on this page. Schedule an appointment, sign a waive, clinical studies, and then it takes them off to a store, which again, it's a little bit jarring having those two different things. But at the same time, like you can definitely keep it like this. I'm not saying that you have to change all that, but if this is a WordPress website, WooCommerce is one option where you can actually build a native store and shopping cart inside of WordPress. WooCommerce is a free plugin. You can actually install it and set up pages that have different services. But again, those are going to be deeper in the process. Whereas on the front of the website, this is probably the area that needs to be optimized the most. So yeah, I would say that those are kind of some key areas. Now let's check out what the social media looks like. Alrighty, so just checking out some of the different social media links, and let's see. Got their YouTube up. Got their LinkedIn up. Got Twitter. Oops, it's this one. And here's our Facebook. Alrighty, so first things first is definitely use your iPhone. So this is going to be, it's only uploaded at 360p. So first thing about YouTube and about video, it needs to at least be 720p, 720 pixels. That's just because if somebody's on their phone, like 720p is more than enough. And if they don't need to have 1080p. 1080p is fine, but they definitely don't need 4K. Almost everybody has a smartphone of some sort, so they can watch on their phone. This is a 1080p phone. I think it shoots in 4K. Yeah, it shoots in 4K, but it doesn't necessarily watch in 4K. So not everybody has an iPhone 12. It's going to load faster with 1080p than it will with 4K. So you don't need to shoot in 4K. It's just over the top. Not everybody's on desktop, but you definitely need to be shooting at least 720p. So that's the first thing I notice. Let's see. Very little social sharing, no SEO. So their biggest opportunity is going to be on YouTube. LinkedIn is the founder, cryotherapy. Cool. Definitely good marketing for your business. Not very active on LinkedIn, so I'd start sharing some articles for sure. Let's see. I would have a link back to your website. Looks like contact info. I would link back to your website. So that's number one. Link on your website. That way you can get some of that search engine juice. Google looks at that and says, "Oh, look, LinkedIn's linking to your website. Okay, let's show it higher up." Same thing here with Twitter. So we got Texas Cryo Works. Good. Got a link right here. Premier Cryotherapy and Recovery Center, Waxahachie, featuring Normatec, and boom. And then I'd also say something like, South Dallas, or we service the, greater South Dallas area, just so that it kind of gives people some contrast. And let's see here, we've got another link. Good. Got a good number of followers, got some activity, which is good. And I would say another thing too is turn this into a video banner. So you can do the same thing with, no, you can only do it with Facebook, but Facebook business pages, you can turn these into actual video banners. And that way it's kind of like a constant ad that's running. So anytime you run ads, when people click on the ad and go back to your business page, they see this banner going, and it's a moving banner. And you don't have to worry about speed on Facebook because it's very fast. Facebook's servers, with some regards, some of their stuff sucks, but definitely whenever you're running Facebook lead ads, the lead ads inside of Facebook that then go into a mini chat sequence, those are going to be way faster and way more converting. And right now with the internet, speed is your friend. So your website needs to be fast, like we showed here. Your website has to load super fast, and especially on mobile. If you're at 50% or higher, that's pretty good. I've seen some websites that are at like 18%, and that's just like terrible, right? Below 10% is like your website's not even showing up. So you have to remember that a lot of people are going to be accessing your website off of older phones, and if you optimize your website to work on an older phone, it will work on a faster phone, and it'll load super fast. So let's see. Those are the biggest areas for SEO. I think in terms of social, this is good. Update it with a video banner, and let's see if they have any Tumblr. This is another. It's called a Web 2.0. So it's one thing that we offer, or we set up for every client, is a Tumblr account. And again, it's just one of those high-ranking websites that links back to your website, which gives your website some more authority. And then let's see. So we're not showing up Tumblr, WordPress 2.0. This is another WordPress 2.0 website. So a Web 2.0 website. So usually it's a WordPress.com website. I don't see one. So that would be another backlink that you can basically build. And what that would do And again, what that would do is it would basically signal to Google that your website is relevant. So, and this is not an extensive list of all the things that we look at. Another thing we do is we crawl the website and look at the website architecture and make sure that it fits something like this, and that it's easy to navigate, and that there's also, there's a sitemap submitted, which is, see right here. So they've got an XML sitemap, which is good. That just tells Google and the robots how to crawl the website. And there's no issues with redirection. When you build a page and then you break the page or you delete the page, then sometimes it doesn't point to a new page. So then people get stuck with like what's called a 404 error. And when they land on your website and they see 404, meaning this page isn't here, then you want to give them something else to do. You want them to watch a video that says, hey, we're sorry that you landed on this page and we deleted it, but if you want to go check out other stuff on our website, feel free to navigate over to the home section. Or linking them directly to another page. Like, for instance, they go and they try and find, why is cryotherapy good? And that article is deleted. Then you can link them over to how does cryotherapy work? So that they're not being stuck with a 404. They're getting, why is cryotherapy good? And then they get linked over to how does cryotherapy work? So that helps with, answering those search queries. And that's what Google looks at and says, okay, do we want to show your website? So at this point, I think if you're still with me, then I should really kind of point out that, if you can get in the top, if you can get cryotherapy near me and get showing up right here, then you're gonna get a lot of traffic. You're gonna get a lot of customers calling you. If you can get, if you can get search results for cryotherapy in Dallas, right, then we've got, all these different guys competing, right, for search. This is called the 3-pack. So if you're in a really competitive market like Dallas, then you want to be ranking in the 3-pack. You can also pay for advertising, and Google is doing more of this map advertising. So you can show up in ads right here. And this is something else that our agency does as well, is we help you with showing up in, sorry about that, just a work timer. We help you with showing up across the internet. So it's not just Google that we're doing. When someone clicks on one of these ads and they go over to your website, then you want to make sure that you're, let me get rid of these guys, that you are showing them what's called a retargeting ad. So when they land on this website, you want them to be, you want the people that land on the website that initially clicked on your ad to be shown the ad again later on. That's one of the most powerful things with advertising online, is that unlike advertising out in the world where you have to hope that they see the ad again and again and again, advertising online, you can actually take the people that clicked on the ad and build a list of people and then show those people an ad again. And that's called retargeting. And that's a great way of getting your cost per lead down. So I would say, just from a overarching web perspective, if this business has not yet set up Google Analytics and is measuring their advertising, measuring their web optimization, then I would definitely set that up for them. I would also look at maybe restructuring the socials a little bit and focusing a little bit more on YouTube, because this is a very interesting business. This is something that you may not be very familiar with. So this would be a great, interview series. This would be a great opportunity to show how some of the different products work, answer some questions in those videos, and then use that across the internet to build more awareness about the brand and about the service. And that could even attract people from, like I said, South Dallas, where you're starting to get, up into some of these areas of, this, I'll show you where Waxahachie is. Waxahachie is way down here. And so you've got some of these other cryotherapy places, but you could start attracting people all the way from, Midlothian, Mansfield, Hutchinson, Lancaster, DeSoto, even from South Dallas. You could start getting people from Grand Prairie, and you might even get people from Dallas. But you have a lot of folks that commute into Dallas that live down here, and you could be attracting all these people right here. So another great thing to do would be to build location pages that are specifically targeting these other cities around, and that will build your authority. And then you'll even start getting people from in the south part of Dallas coming down to you. So I would recommend that for sure. If you guys would like to talk a little bit more about how to optimize your business online, then you can reach out to us at intelligencemarketing.com. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, comment, rate, subscribe, and be sure to hit the bell notification for more updates about how to optimize businesses online, how to generate more business online. And again, my name is Cree Childs. I'm the founder and CEO of Intelligence Marketing, and look forward to talking with you. If you want to reach out, be sure to head over to intelligencemarketing.com or connect with me on social media at Cree, that's CRI, .childs. And again, I'd be happy to answer any questions you have, hop on a phone call and explain some of this, techie stuff to you and help you navigate the online world. So thanks again. Have a great day.